Hi, you guys. Well, I guess we are in school closure for the next couple of weeks. I know this is something that we have talked about the last couple of days, and so it was something that you're probably not super surprised by, but I just wanted to tell you that for my class, I hope that all of you know what you should be doing. Every day in Canvas, there will be an assignment listed for you, and when you click on that assignment, it will give you directions of exactly what you need to complete that day. I also wanted to let you know that as you are working on your assignments, even though we're not together in person, I am still working every single day. I'm still answering my emails. I will still be meeting with students, and I can make you videos. If you need extra help, please make sure you reach out to me. Just send me an email and say, hey, Mrs. Palmer, I really don't get how to do this problem. And then send me a picture of the problem and I can make you your own personal video. Or if you need me to set up a Google Meet for you, we can do that as well. But please make sure that you self-advocate during this time. Make sure that you don't just use this time as a vacation to not do any schoolwork, especially math. Make sure you're keeping up with your math every day. I'm going to try and make it manageable for you. We won't be learning that many new things. Yesterday we started working on surface area, so we're going to continue with that the rest of this week. And then the next week we will learn how to find volume of a few shapes, and those are the two topics that I want you to learn while we're on this soft closure. So with that said, I want to go ahead and review a few things we talked about yesterday, and then I will help you with some of the problems that you're going to see on your Aleks assignment. Remember from yesterday that when you find surface area, you are finding the area of the surface of the 3D object. And in order to do that, the first thing you need to do is you need to figure out what that 3D object is made up of. That's called its net, okay? And on your Aleks assignment today, the two main 3D shapes that you are going to be dealing with are a rectangular prism, okay, so that's this one right here, and then also a triangular prism, and that's this one right here. So when we look at a rectangular prism, we can see that it's made up of 6 rectangles. So when we look at its net, we can see that it's made up of 6 rectangles. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? We can also see that some of these rectangles are the same size. And that's because a rectangular prism has a top. Okay, so here's the top. And it has a bottom. And the size of the top and the bottom are going to be exactly the same. They will have exactly the same area. So if this is our top and this is our bottom, if we find the area of one of those, we'll know the area of both of those. Okay? A rectangular prism also has a front and a back. Okay? So if this is our front, okay, we know that the back side has exactly the same area as the front side. And then we also have the two sides. Okay, so we can see that this rectangular prism has a side here, and then there's a side on the other side, and both of those sides are going to be the same area. And so when we find the surface area of a rectangular prism, the first thing that we want to do is we want to find the area of the top and bottom. Then we want to find the area of the front and back. And then we want to find the area of the two sides. And then once we have the area of all 6 of these, we add those together, and that gives us our surface area. Another 3D shape that you're going to be working with a lot on your Aleks assignment is a triangular prism. Okay, and a triangular prism is made up of a bottom or a base. Okay, so that would be right here. And on our net, this would be the base. Okay, and then it is made up of 2 sides that are both triangles. Okay, so the sides of our triangular prism both sides are triangles. So if we can find the area of one side, then we'll be able to find the area of the other side. Okay? And then another piece of our triangular prism is the back. Okay, and that's one of our rectangles here. And then we also have this slanted piece right here. It's really hard to, oh, it's going to go black, sorry. This slanted piece right here that comes across the top, that would be another one of our rectangles. Okay, so when you're finding the surface area of a triangular prism, the first thing that you do is you find the area of the base. Then you find the area of the two sides. Okay, and these are both going to be triangles. Then you find the area of the back. And then you find the area of the top, which is going to be that slanted piece that connects it all together. Remember, to find the area of a rectangle, you just have to do length times width. And to find the area of a triangle, you do 1/2 base times height, or you can really just think about it as base times height, then divided by 2. And remember, when you're looking at a triangle, okay, if this is your right angle, the one across from that, the slanted side, that will never be your base or height. In this triangle right here, this is our base and this is our height. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go to your Aleks assignment. One thing that's going to make this the easiest for you is if you have my video playing at the same time as you are working on your Aleks assignment. So what I would like you to do is open up your Aleks assignment. I want you to go to question 1 on your Aleks assignment, and that question should look similar to this question. It might not be exactly the same numbers, but it should be the same type of question. And then you can just push pause and play on my video as much as you need to as you work through your assignment. So with that said, let's go ahead and look at number 1. It says the solid below is made from 1 yard cubes. Find its surface area. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to realize that this is a rectangular prism, okay? And we know a rectangular prism has a top and bottom that's going to be the same area. We know that a rectangular prism has a front and back that's going to be the same area. And then we also know that a rectangular prism has 2 sides, and those will both have the same area. Okay, so all we have to do to be able to find the surface area is to find the area of the top and bottom, front and back, the 2 sides, and then add all of those together. Okay, so let's start with finding the area of the top. As we look at this cube here, you can see there the top is 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3. It's a 4 by 3 rectangle. Okay, so to find the area of the top, we multiply the 4 and the 3 together, and that's going to give us 12. Okay, now we know that the bottom is going to be exactly the same. So for the top and bottom, the area will be 24. And remember, with area, it's always the units squared. And so because each of these are made from 1 yard, they're 1 yard cubes, we know that the area would be 24 yards squared for the top and bottom. Okay, let's do the front and the back. Okay, so now let's go ahead and find the area for the front and back. We know our front is 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3. Oh, we have another 4 by 3. So to find the area of the front, we multiply the 4 and 3 together, and that gives us 12. So that means if our front area is 12 yards squared, our back area is also going to be a 12 yards squared, and that gives us another 24 yards squared. Okay, and then the last thing that we need to do is find the area of the two sides. So we can see that one side is 1, 2, 3 by 3. It's actually a square, 3 by 3. So the area of that is going to be 9 yards squared. And we know that there are two sides. So 9 plus 9 is going to be 18 yards squared. And now when we calculate the surface area here, we're just going to add 24 plus 24 plus 18. And so that gives us a surface area of 66 yards squared. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the next one. Okay, number 2, find the surface area of this rectangular prism. Be sure to include the correct unit in your answer. So remember, when you're finding the surface area of a rectangular prism, you're going to have a top and bottom rectangle, and you're also going to have a front and back, and then you're also going to have two sides. Okay, so for the front of this rectangular prism, we can see that we have a 9 by 6 rectangle. And so when you multiply 9 times 6, you get 54. So that's for the front. Remember, the back is also going to be 54 inches squared. So when we add those together, we get 108 inches squared. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the top and bottom. So we actually just did the front and back first. So let's go ahead and look at the top and bottom. Okay, so we can see this is 9, this is the bottom, and then this is also the bottom right here. So the bottom is made up of a rectangle that's 9 by 6. Okay, so that's also going to be 54. And we know that the top and the bottom are the exact same area. So 54 inches squared and 54 inches squared is going to give us another 108 inches squared. And then the last thing we need to calculate is we need to calculate the area of the two sides. Okay, so we know this is 6, and then we also know that this is 6. Okay, so we have a 6 by 6 rectangle, and that's actually a square, isn't it, if they're the length and width are the same. So that would be 36 inches squared, and then there is 2 of those. So that gives us 72 inches squared. And then from there, we just need to add these all together. So when we add 108 plus 108 plus 72, we get 288 inches squared. That is the surface area of this rectangular prism. Okay, so question number 3 is another rectangular prism. And so in order to find the surface area for this one, remember you are going to find the surface area of the top and bottom, or the area of the top and bottom, and then you're going to find the area of the front and back, and then you're going to find the area of the two sides, and then you're going to add all of those together to get to the surface area. Okay, also remember, to find the area of a rectangle, you do length times width. Now question number 4 is a little bit different. It says a rectangular prism and its net are shown below. And then for part A, you're supposed to find the following side lengths for the net. Okay, so what we're doing is we're using this rectangular prism and we're trying to figure out where these numbers go, basically, on our side lengths. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, as we look at this, we can see that our bottom piece right here, our bottom rectangle, is a 9 by 6, right? Here's the width and here's the length. Let's just go ahead and pull that out. That's going to be 9 by 6. And that's our top and bottom piece. Okay. And then when we look at our front and back piece, when we look at our front and back piece, that would be this one right here. Okay. And we can see that that is a 9 by 3 rectangle. And then the other piece of this that we have is our two sides. So we can see that our two sides right here, this is the rectangle for one of the sides, and it's a 3 by 6. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put these numbers where they belong on the net. So our B and our D are actually the same, right? They're both 9. Okay, and then our A, that one is our 6. And then our C is going to be our 3. So that's the first part of question 4. The second part asks us to use the net to find the surface area. Okay, and we can do that really easily. We know we're going to have 2 of these, we're going to have 2 of these, and we're going to have 2 of these. So 6 times 9 is 54, 9 times 3 is 27, 6 times 3 is 18. So to find our surface area, we're going to have to do 54 plus 54 plus 27 plus 27 plus 18 plus 18. And that is going to be 198 centimeters squared. That's our surface area. Okay, question number 6 is finding the area of a rectangular prism. Question number 7 is finding the surface area of a triangular prism. Okay, so remember, in order to do this, a triangular prism has a bottom or a base. Okay, it has 2 triangle sides, and they both have the same area. It has a back, and then it has a slanted top. Okay, so in order to find the surface area for a triangular prism, the first thing you're going to do is find the area of the base. The base for this triangular prism is right here. That's the bottom of it. And that is a 17 by 15 rectangle. Okay? And then we have our 2 triangle sides. Now, be very careful here. Remember, I told you when you are finding the area for a triangle, you never use the slanted measure. Okay, 25, that is the slanted measure for this triangle. Okay, that's the measure of the hypotenuse. What we want to use instead is the 15, that's our base, and then the one that goes right up from the right angle, that is your height. Okay, so when you're finding the area of the 2 triangles, to find area of a triangle, you do base times height divided by 2, and then there's going to be 2 of those. Okay, so the base of this triangle is 15 and the height is 20. So to find the area of one of the triangles, we're going to do 20 times 15. We're going to then divide by 2. Okay, the next piece of this triangular prism that we're going to find the area for is the back. Okay, so this is 17 and this is 20 for the back. Okay, so we're going to have a 17 by 20. And then for the slanted top, we have a 17, that is the length, and then here's the width, the 25. Can you guys see this rectangle right here? So 17 times 25. Okay, so let's do all the calculations here. So for the base, 15 times 17 is 255. For one of the triangles, 20 times 15 is 300. 300 divided by 2 is 150. But then because we have two of those, 150 times 2 is going to be 300. Okay? So that's for the two triangles. 255 is for the base. For the back, we have a 20 times 17, so that is going to be 340. And then we have our slanted top, which is 17 by 25. So when you take 17 and you multiply by 25, you get 425. So last step is to add all of those together. So 255 plus 300 plus 340 plus 425 is 1,320 feet squared. Voila, that's the surface area of this triangular prism. Okay, question number 18 is another triangular prism. So you're going to find the area of the base. You're going to find the area of the two triangle sides. You're going to find the area of the back. You're going to find the area of the slanted top. You're going to add those all together to get to your surface area. Okay, and then the last one I want to do for you today is question number 9. It says the solid below is made from 1-inch cubes. Find the total surface area of the solid. Be sure to include the correct unit in your answer. Okay, so in order to do this, we're going to need to break these two solids. We need to break them up into two different pieces. Okay, so let me show you how we're going to do that. We're going to treat this as one shape. Okay, and then we are going to treat this as another shape. Okay, so we're going to treat this as two shapes stacked on top of each other. Okay, both of the shapes are rectangular prisms. So let's go ahead and find the area of the pink one first. So if this is a rectangular prism, we know that we have a top and bottom. We know that we have a front and back. And then we know that we have two sides. Okay, so let's go ahead and find the area for the pink rectangular prism. So for our top and bottom, we can see that the rectangle that the bottom and top are made up of is a 2 by 3. Okay, and 2 times 3 would be 6. That means the area of the top is 6, the area of the bottom is also 6. Now for the front and back, we can see we have a 2 by 3. Okay, that's the rectangle that make up the front and back. So 2 times 3 is 6. So the front area is 6, the back area is also 6. And then the other piece of this rectangular prism that we need to find the area for is the sides. Okay, so we can see that our sides are 1, 2, 3 by 3. So that would be 9. And then there's 2 of those. Okay, so to find the surface area, we just add up all these numbers. So 6 plus 6 is 12, 6 plus 6 is 12, 9 plus 9 is 18, 12 plus 12 plus 18 is 42. So the surface area is 42 inches squared. Okay, you guys, so I know that this Aleks assignment is going to take you quite a bit of time. So I'm going to break this Aleks assignment up into 2 different days assignments. So you'll be working on this assignment today, and you should do the first 9, and then you'll also be doing this assignment tomorrow, where you will do the second 9, so that eventually you have all 18 of them done. Remember that as you're working on this, if you cannot figure out how to do the problem you were given, please, please, please reach out to me by an email. Let me know that you need some extra help. Let me know specifically what question it is, and I can make you a video to help you, or I can meet with you in a Google Meet, or I can explain it to you in an email as well. So just make sure that if you're having questions, know that you're not alone. Like, you have my help still. I'm still working, and I'm happy to help you with whatever you need help with. So with that said, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.